Donald Cerrone versus Conor McGregor. I thought the 155 fight that Donald Cerrone spoke of after UFC Fight Night Denver was supposed to be Justin Gaethje. Justin Gaethje has just been targeted about with Anthony Pettis. Very interesting. Who's Donald Cerrone fighting then? Because they can't have mentioned Justin Gaethje or Anthony Pettis. They mentioned Conor McGregor. Hence the excitement that Donald Cerrone displayed. Because he knows he's about to get paid if Conor accepts that fight. One reason I think Conor McGregor might not accept that fight is because I think Conor McGregor would love to have a guy a bit higher ranked, like Dustin Poirier. If you give the option between Cerrone and Poirier, I'm sure McGregor will take Poirier. If the numbers are the same, if the amount he's getting paid is the same, I'm sure he'll take Poirier because, number one, he's already beat Poirier and he knows he can do it again. Number two, a win over Poirier will gain him more respect for winning. Now, Cerrone is a dangerous fight for Conor. Do you want to know why? Because he's very good later on into the fight. And he's a stand-up guy. And he's a big 155er, which we'll get into. Because we'll get into it right now, actually. Fuck it. Donald Cerrone left 155 because he didn't want to make the cut anymore because it drained him. Very interesting. Very interesting. How's he going to deal with the weight cut this time? He's a lot bigger now. He's been at 170 for a while. He's been eating good. You know? He's a much older guy now. Will the weight cut be a bit too much for him? We shall see come fight night. Now, I don't think Donald Cerrone's ever missed weight, so I'm going to count that out. We're assuming he makes weight. The fight is very interesting because guys who come out fast and aggressive tend to beat Cerrone and bully him. Exhibit A. Jorge Masvidal beat the shit out of Cerrone. Came forward, came aggressive, came with striking in the first round while Cerrone was still getting comfortable. Beat the shit out of him. Exhibit B. Darren Till comes forward, sets him up, gets in his face straight away, lets him know he's in a fight. He beats Donald Cerrone because Donald Cerrone is a very slow starter. He will say this himself, and it's a very true thing. When you come and put pressure on Cerrone earlier on in the fight, he does wilt down and he does break. Okay? Jorge Masvidal, Darren Till, RDA twice, Anthony Pettis, someone else as well. Someone else. You know what I mean? I think it's just them, actually. Yeah, it might just be them. Anyway, Conor McGregor is the best stand-up fighter in the lightweight division for the first 2 rounds. That is very interesting and a very good matchup for Conor. Very good in the first 2 rounds. Cerrone, very bad in the first round. However, he did just get a submission win over Mike Perry, but maybe that was a one-off. History has shown Cerrone needs some time to warm up. And you don't get time to warm up when you're fighting Conor McGregor because he cracks you and he doesn't hit you and you're like, oh, I'm in a fight now. He hits you and you go down and you go to sleep. However, Cerrone can win this fight. I'm not taking that away from him. He's a very good fighter. And I do like his chances in this fight. Reason being, do we get the same Conor that showed up against Khabib? If so, I really like Cerrone's chances. Because the Conor that showed up against Khabib fan as you want, you gotta admit Conor did not look the same as he did against Alvarez. And you could say that's because Khabib's so much better than Alvarez and so much better than Conor. Conor looks like shit against Khabib, on his feet anyway. He didn't look like the striker, bouncing in and out on his feet that fought out of the Alvarez. And I think that's surprising. He looked very flat-footed. He looked like shit. If that McGregor shows up, I like Donald Cerrone's chances. Number one, Donald Cerrone's a very good wrestler. He's got a very good ground game, jiu-jitsu game, as Mike Perry found out with that broken arm of his. But you fucking who? Back to the drawing board, Perry. Yeah. Very interesting fight. And it makes a lot of sense in terms of what's the money fight right now. Nate Diaz 3, as much as people think, actually, I think it would sell, but like Nate seems to think he has all this power, but you're ranked number 9. The only guy you beat is Conor. You know what I mean? You were probably going to lose to Poirier. Like, Nate Diaz lost to RDA. Actually, yeah, lost to RDA, but beat Cerrone. So that's a big argument, actually, that I didn't think of before. Because Nate Diaz did beat Cerrone. If you remember, Nate Diaz talked a lot of shit, got in Cerrone's head, and Cerrone just couldn't fight on the night. Also, very interesting against Conor McGregor. Cerrone don't like to be bullied. He doesn't like to be shit talked. It puts a lot of pressure on him, and he really doesn't like being backed up like that. Conor McGregor will talk shit to Cerrone. There is already a marketing beauty at the UFC Go Big press conference, the Red Panty Night press conference, when McGregor said that, before McGregor fought Aldo, where McGregor is going back and forth with Cerrone. And I think that McGregor was doing that because on the condition that Cerrone beat RDA, McGregor was going to be fighting him next. So he's setting that up. That's already there. That's already free promotion for them now. Promotion that was once wasted, a fight that's never going to happen, is now perfect to start up the history in the promotion between Conor and Cerrone. And Cerrone can talk shit. He can talk a bit of shit. And he has the fan. He's a fan favourite. Like, it's not like another guy that McGregor fought that nobody cares about. You know what I mean? Donald Cerrone will get cheers, and McGregor might get a few boos from American fans. We'll see how he deals with that. This is going to be a very interesting fight. Very interesting fight. I think McGregor wins, and I think he gets it done early. TKO. But do not be surprised if Donald Cerrone pulls this one off and goes for Khabib afterwards. Because let's face it, guys, Khabib's beating Tony. Come on. Tony's like a better version of Nate Diaz, in my opinion. That's how I rate wow. That's how I rate Tony Ferguson. He's just a better, more aggressive version of Nate Diaz. And I think Khabib beats him. And we'll see how the Donald Cerrone versus Cowboy fight goes. Donald Cerrone versus Conor McGregor fight goes, sorry. Jesus Christ. I'm tired as fuck. Let me know what you guys think. How you have the fight going. I've listed all I know about how the matchup will go. We shall see. We shall see. Very interesting though. Like and subscribe, guys. And let me know what you want me to talk about. I'll see you later. Thanks for tuning in. All the videos are doing really well. I'm going to keep going. See you later.